What up YouTube? Just thought I'd show you my windmill design. And here I've got my heart of the electronics. I've got an old power supply here which I brought faulty for $1 I think it was. And it's basically the housing. I've actually changed this. It used to be a plastic container but it wasn't really big enough for it. And this one has a good fan on the side of it. But it houses rectifiers and the relays, and I can't remember, I thought there was something else, I'm not sure. Over here we've got the charge controller that basically flicks incoming windmill current over to the dump, which is light bulbs, which I'll show you in a minute on another video. When the current reaches, I think I'll probably have it as 13 volts, and then it'll turn it back on to charge the battery at, I think I'm going to have it about 11.5 volts, depending on how good I can tune it in for it. And we've got a little DC volt meter here, and a battery switch underneath it, just basically cuts any connection going to the battery, or most connection anyway. And I've got a, I don't know if you can see that, it's a DC amp reader. I haven't wired that in as yet because I'm having a few issues with it. And up here, sorry about the video quality, it's not that great, bad camera. We've got an inverter which I brought for $100 I think. 300 watt, yeah, 300 watt, just comes straight in from the battery. And then I have a timer, a normal wall switch timer you just plug into it, and then I've got the lights coming off that, which are over here, which I don't have any lights in at the moment. And what else do I have? Oh, here's the other thing. I've got two little switches here. I'm not sure what the bottom one's going to be yet, but the top one is for these lights, which I was going to use them for the lighting in the first place, but it wasn't really good enough. So yeah. And up here there's a relay for that switch up here. Don't ask me why I used a relay, but I just felt like it. Okay, I'll show you something else. Down here is where I'm normally keeping my battery, but I've just put it on the charger because it seems to be reading 11.5, which corresponds to 0% of charge, which is actually really bad for it. So I'm trying to get it charged up as quick as I can before it stuffs it. And in here, I don't know if you can see that, it's a pretty small box, so it couldn't get screwed up. I've got 3 fuses. I've got a 35 amp for the inverter, which came with it, so I thought I'd better have it for warranty rather than blowing it up and not having a fuse connected to it. 5 amp for the charge controller, and then I think it's a 10 amp for the lights. Oh yeah, the lights. And also I was going to have that other switch which I showed you before run LEDs to light the windmill, and that's all go under that 10 amp fuse in there, which you can't really see. Over here is the actual windmill itself. As you can see, it's spinning at the moment. I'm not going to go right up to it at the moment because you won't be able to hear me because of the wind. But it only had the bottom frame on it for a while until I put it up for the first night. I tried putting it up at 10 o'clock that night before, but I put it up the next day because I couldn't get it up. Anyway, I put it up the next day and it seemed to be flopping. The top of the drum seemed to be bending over, and it just got the speed wobbles basically as soon as the wind got up, and sort of trying to tip the whole post over and everything, so that had to be changed. So as you can see, I've just done the same thing on top and done a Y design on top and just bolted it straight onto the top of the drums, which seemed to pull it all in nicely. Under here, which you can see 3 pipes, I think, yeah, 3 pipes going under the ground. They carry on directly under the ground over here. probably can't hear me now. To climb up the post. Just climb up there. By the way, this box isn't very special here anyway, just in case you thought it was. It's just basically a junction box for everything. Basically, because I didn't have my windmill hooked up, it's basically just a where the chicken house joins in over here, and then I have short leads running up to the windmill turbine itself, rather than just running it all the way from the chicken house in one hit. I'll just stop that for a second. So that's basically just a smart drive, Fisherman Paykel smart drive washing machine motor, which I've salvaged off a old washing machine after something went wrong with it. I can't remember. Just lift this lid up that I made for it. Stop that again. As you can see, that's a rewired stator, and that's actually stationary. That doesn't move at all. And as you can see, it's the actual bowl itself with the magnets that move. I'm going to pull this off soon anyway and show you, because I don't think this motor is really designed for a vertical axle wind turbine, as it doesn't spin that fast for it. So it doesn't actually put much voltage out at all. Not enough to charge a battery, and I think it only puts out about 5 volts. I did have a 20 rewired one, and that was just putting out probably about 20 volts, something like that, at the speed that it was going. So it was pretty good. Yes, I'm going to pull that off soon, and I'll show you how it all connects together. And what else? Oh, that's right. In that old power supply box, I just remembered the other thing was, hang on.